Hey everybody, welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 387. It's January 15th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Kelly Lynn.
And I'm Adriel.
I'm Trevor.
Okay, I said Kelly Lynn.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a thing like that.
Quit up.
Do you want me to say my middle name?
Yeah.
Trevor.
I know, you don't have one. Adriel, what's your middle name, by the way?
Mm-mm. Nope. Not
I have one. It's Trevor.
I need some OPSEC.
I just want to know if it's like Adriel Michaud. So it's French. You don't have any? What is wrong with your parents?
Nothing. His parents are awesome. You should meet them.
They picked some name in the back of the Bible and the index way in the back there. I'm the only
Adriel. I think Adriel's a biblical name. Is Adriel a biblical name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. It's ancient Hebrew for dickhead.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's
what is
the
Trevor
round,
ancient Hebrew for then? I thought that was
big village.
Big village.
Trevor means big village.
Not big anymore.
Trevor, big village idiot. That reminds me. During assemblies in high school, there was this girl. Her name was Anita Good, and she always got perfect attendance. And every time the principal would call her up to get her perfect attendance certificate, and this month's perfect attendance award goes to Anita Good, and 3 people without fail would say shit. Every time. Nothing was ever done to curb this. I think after a while the principal felt like he was in on the joke.
Anyways, you did it. You were one of the 3.
No, she was all right kid. I didn't feel the need to pick on poor Anita Good shit.
Jesus. Okay, it's nice to see you, by the way.
It's nice to be seen. It sucks that I missed the first show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, here we are.
So
here we are.
Why don't we get in what we did in Guns this week? But I want to talk to you about New Year's too. All right. So what we did in Guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center.
Like when? When do you want to do that? Like
during their shooting up? Yeah. Oh, why did you interrupt me?
Because it's what I do, and it's been a long time, and it was.
You were just
gotta get a lot in.
Yeah, my skin was crawling. I was ready to jump right out of my skin to do it. I was like, now, wait, now. All right. Sights on target.
Squeeze. Slap it now.
You were saying something? You were going on?
I was saying that the Calgary Shooting Center is Canada's premier firearm retailer. Right now, apparently, they have wholly used surplus antique pistols. Batman?
Yeah. If you go on over to their website, they got a whole section dedicated right now to some Milsurp stuff, some Swiss stuff, a lot of Lugers in calibers other than 9mm. And they also have
10 millimeter Lugers.
Nay. It's like some
45 ACP.
Something.
Oh, the 7.62.
Can you imagine?
Luger.
Do you know what the 45 caliber ACP Luger is worth? They made 2, right?
No.
The Americans. You didn't know that? So the Americans asked to have a Luger submitted for the trials. It went head-to-head against the 1911. The criteria was it had to be in 45 because they wanted to use their surplus of 45 ACP ammo from the Tommy gun. So what's-his-face Luger, that German Nazi guy, he submitted 2 pistols, or he built 2 pistols in 45 and submitted them to the trials. We know how that ended. The 1911 won. But one of those 45 ACP Lugers still exists, and it's worth $1 million. Now you know.
Neat.
Okay.
What were we doing? Oh, yeah. And also the Calgary Shooting Center has a schwack of antique pistols. Now, if you don't know why that's significant, it's according to the Firearms Act, if it's an antique, it's not a firearm. So theoretically, could you carry it? Yep. Theoretically, you could carry it.
They also have discrete body armor. How do you spell also? Whatever.
Also?
You got body armor?
Yeah,
kind of body
that's
armor.
not how you spell
Metal.
also. The red line should have been a dead giveaway. Yeah, they got some nice, I call it discrete because it's specifically designed to be worn underneath your clothing. And it's level 3A, which means it stops certain bullets, but not other bullets.
Yeah.
Isn't
it silly that 3 is better than 3A?
Right?
Yep. Stabby too. Okay. Trevor, what did you do in Guns this week? Or
SFA.
last week? Or the week before? Or the week before?
SFA. only thing new in my world is I'm trying to get a new sponsorship pistol from the Calgary Shooting Center from the good folks that make this pistol, the Phoenix Redback. So the Phoenix Redback is a production division pistol for IPSC, and mine is set up for production optics.
Oh, yeah.
They now have basically the same gun, but in standard. So Tanfoglio has their production pistols, which are double action, single action 9mm. And then they've got their standard division pistols, which are basically a beefed up version of a 9mm chambered in 40 cal that are single action.
Yep.
And now Phoenix has entered into that division as well, with their offering of the Phoenix, I don't even know what it's called, but basically, like, picture this gun, single action in 40 cal, magwell on there, everything all baller and Gucci, set up for standard division or limited in USPSA. So I'm hoping to
what's
make
the cost on that
back. Well, I don't know. It's going to be in the thousands. I mean, this one retails for almost $4, so it's not going to be probably any cheaper, I wouldn't imagine.
Hey, when I went shooting with Kelly, not last weekend, but the weekend before, she got a new Tanfoglio, the Elite.
Which one?
I don't know. It's Elite.
9mm or 40?
9.
Okay,
anyways.
So it's probably Elite, you say?
Yeah.
Is it an IPSC gun? It's like... Okay.
Anyways.
Stock 2, stock 3, something like that maybe?
Yes.
Cool.
So I shot it. I like it.
Oh, yeah?
I was supposed to actually go shooting with her last weekend as well, but we didn't get out, and because I want to try it again to see if I need to sell my kids or anything to get at.
You do. I mean, what are you running now? You're running a CZ?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a shot one.
But it's really nice. But the one thing that I did notice about it is because it was brand new, like brand new out of the box. So she got to shoot the first mag, right? And then turned it over to me so I could shoot it. So, but the trigger, so wasn't tuned out on it at all. And it's like, I could have packed a lunch while I was still, the uptake on the trigger. So it's like, such a long trigger.
A lot of travel on the first double action pull. My CZ, same thing, and I was able to clean that up with some springs and a new short reset disconnector, which is more to do with the reset of the single action pull. But I've had a couple of Tanfoglio 9mm production pistols, a stock 3, and then I had a stock 3 Extreme. The stock 3 that I got was from Matt Lorette, and it was all like he did such a good job on this gun. He showed it to Eric Raffel. Eric Raffel, for those that don't know, multiple world time champion in IPSC, and actually worked for Tanfoglio and produced his own line of parts called the Extreme line. And then they offered Extreme line pistols with the parts already installed and tuned by Eric at the factory. Eric picked up the gun, tried it, and took it apart so you could see what Matt had done to it, because Matt had done such a fantastic job on the trigger. Anyway, I digress. The other one that I got, which was an Extreme pistol, which was supposed to have been touched by the hand of God. Sorry, I mean Eric Raffel. Still needed a full job. And you're talking like the Tanfoglios are between $2,000 and $3,000, and they need a trigger job out of the box. It's a little bit ridiculous. You're buying what's supposed to be the best, arguably the best production pistol for the sport of IPSC. You buy it, you spend $2,000 to $3,000, and then you still got to work on the trigger. But I mean,
it's just true.
Yeah, it is true. It's unfortunate. But so you say you enjoyed it. Well, okay. What did you like? Did you like the ergonomics? Obviously the trigger left a little bit to be desired, but what did you like about it?
So I did like the ergonomics. I like the weight of it. It shot really, really well. Like I could shoot it really well. But the so
did you find a noticeable decrease in flipperosity due to the weight?
A little bit. My CZ's pretty heavy anyways too, right?
With these Tanfos though, Kel, you can actually replace these grip panels for solid brass ones. Lorette was running a stock 2, and the stock 2 is a bull barrel. His 9mm bull barrel. His stock 2 with the brass grips was heavier than my limited custom Extreme, which was a full size 40 caliber pistol.
Wow.
So when he shot that thing, it was just completely flat, like did not move. It was amazing.
I just looked at Kelly's, and it is the stock 2, so it's the 9mm Extreme, 9mm Elite stock 2.
Elite. So that must be new. I haven't been looking at any new guns in several months, so I'm not familiar with it. But
So she
I am
sold.
toying stock too.
So she sold a couple of her guns, and I went, "What the hell?" And she sold it back to Ryan at SFRC because she works at SFRC. So she traded in a couple. I shouldn't be talking about this. So she so she traded in a couple guns.
Confidence.
I know. She traded in a couple guns and then bought the Tampo glue. And I'm going, you should have sold me your guns. Hello.
Well, you know they are.
Yeah, I know, but Ryan's going to charge me more.
You'll still get a somewhat of a friends and family on this one, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, Kelly, that was very selfish to not sell your guns to Kelly.
She goes, I didn't even think about it. She sold a couple that I really like too. Anyways, that being said, they have one more in stock at SFRC, and I was thinking about it. I even held it.
I've had both now, the Tamfogos and CZs.
Mm-hmm.
And my last gun that I had in that genre, besides my Redback, of course, which beats them both hands down. It's better than the Tamfo. It's better than the CZ. So I'm not just saying that. But if I didn't have this fancy pants pistol provided to me by the kind folks at the Calgary Shooting Center, I would just get a Shadow 2. The one I got from DC Armory, and he has 2 in stock right now, by the way. The one I got from DC Armory, and then I went to Cibo Weapons in Czechoslovakia, I feel like.
And you got all the parts for it?
All the parts for it. The dollar was the same as the Canadian dollar, and they got here in 10 days. You had a hard time to get shit within Canada and have it arrive in 10 days. And this stuff was coming from overseas. Huge supply, good inventory, and quick shipping, and good price. And once that gun was tuned, Kelly, I was like, yeah, I was like, I don't need a Tamfo. This is.
Well, in the U.S., the advantage with going with the Tanfo is that it's cheaper. Like the basic one, not the extreme. The extreme's more expensive, but the basic one's cheaper than the Shadow. But here, the Shadow's cheaper because for whatever reason, CZ sells the Shadow here for the same price as they sell it in the U.S. But it's in the U.S. dollars there. It's in Canadian dollars here.
Right.
Hello. So CZ or CZ. Tomato. So if they're actually, they're looking at getting to bed with Colt Canada, correct?
Yeah.
CZ bought Colt, didn't they?
Is it gone through? I don't think it's gone through yet. But if they did, what does that mean for us? Better
SFA.
The Colt Canada was going to be a part of it, so maybe not the SFA, because if there's local CZ manufacturing in Canada, that might be interesting.
Exactly. Right?
You think that would happen? You think they'd start producing CZ pistols over here?
Do you think that the Canadian military would reevaluate their pistol requirements if there was
a local supplier? Any branch of the government would do anything logical and that makes sense? No. They would have an opportunity to get good CZ pistols cheap, like the PO9 and PO7. They will fuck it up every time. Don't even consider this working out in our favor. Stop it.
They really want the P320. So I think I agree. Yeah.
So they, like you said in the last show, they write these things to tailor towards the gun that only the gun.
Did you listen to the last show?
Just the beginning, the banter part cracked me up, and then I saw a rock or a squirrel or something, and I never finished.
Okay.
I think Rogan came on. I don't know.
He's more important than we are, anyways. Are you done?
Am I done? It's not even my turn. It was my turn. Yeah, I'm done.
Anyways, nice AK, by the way, Adriel.
Thank you.
Is there such a thing, really?
No. But
right. Yeah.
Anyways, Adriel, why don't you tell us what you did in guns this week?
Well, just since you mentioned it, there's the AK right there. Wait, let me change my my video so I don't have a virtual background. I don't have to fight this thing. There we go.
So is that a Type 56 or is it an actual?
No, it's just your standard Soviet AK.
It is Soviet. Yeah.
Look at that. The bolt works. The trigger. You can take the dust cover off by pushing back on here and pulling it off. The sight thing moves up and down. You can put the safety off.
Did it come with a copy of the Quran?
Hey.
No, it didn't come with a copy. But I don't know if that is relevant for Soviet stuff.
Does it actually fire stuff? Like, can you...
No, it doesn't fire. It's got little bullets inside the magazine. Though you can pull the mag out, and there's little bullets in there.
Can you? Can you pull them apart and put a little bit of gunpowder?
You could try. You could try.
You could, yes.
I don't know if it would do anything. Anyways, yeah, I made a straight up bait and switch video on that. I used I took a picture of it. I took a picture of it, and I downsized it to like potato quality pixels, and then I used that as the thumbnail. But that is the gun in the thumbnail. And if you look real closely, you'll notice like, wait a minute, I don't think the real AKs have like a Phillips screw on the safety. Come on, focus, you fuck. There, now you can see that.
I'm sure there's an AK somewhere in the desert with a Phillips screw on the safety.
Probably, yeah. Not this one. Anyways, yes, so I did a bait and switch video because I thought it would be hilarious, and it was. I was enjoyed. Let's see. Out to the range, shooting my SKS and 6.5 Creedmoor. I am doing a review video on the Remington 783 heavy barrel, and I needed to get some footage of shooting it. So I went.
Let me guess. The review's going to go something like this. Well, it's a lot like lipstick on a pig. It's the same shitty gun, only now it weighs more.
And it's a Remington, so you may or may not be able to get parts for it in the future because someone else bought it, and maybe they don't give a crap about that gun. Maybe they're like, you know what? We're like 783, not our jam. We're going to work on some other stuff.
Yeah,
and that's entirely possible as well, just because they have been sold. So I did that. The SKS stuff was. I wanted to do a video on like what's the effective range of an SKS. So I was, banging out rounds at longer ranges, trying some seated position, prone.
Define longer.
500 meters is pretty hard. Pretty hard to make hits with an SKS at 500 with just the iron sights. That was my max range kind of a thing. And then I've been continuing to upload more videos, put up one on the X22 stock, and that kind of thing. I got in these Magpul MS4 knockoff slings. I got a couple of these in, mostly because I wanted like a QD push button sling, a couple of extras just to have for. I'm using these on pretty much every rifle I get now. So I've got I bought a bag of 10 of the cups from Brownells, and all you need to do with those is drill a hole, epoxy that in, boom, you got a QD cup in your stock now. So that's what I'm standardizing on for all my slings.
So how much is that sling?
I think it's like $10.
Where'd you get it?
eBay. Yeah, I wouldn't say it actually feels pretty nice. Some of the metal is a little bit rough, but it's all right. And then I got a set of Bushnell Edx 10x42 binos. These are like Bushnell's Engage series, and I kind of wanted to compare these against the Vortex Diamondbacks, and I found a amazing price on them, so I had to pick them up. These have their extremely low dispersion glass in them, which is like really good glass. Otherwise, there's not really much of a difference between this, which in Canada here, there's a $500 pair of binoculars, and their DX version, which is like a $200 pair of binoculars. So it's $300 just in glass, pretty much, for these.
I've had my Diamondback binos. They were actually replaced. I think they were called Vultures, and then replaced the following year with the Diamondback line. But they're the same product. They've got to be. Well, they go back to my archery days. So you're talking like probably 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still awesome.
Yeah, there's definitely some things on the Vortexes that are better than the stuff on here. These have a pretty good hydrophobic coating on the lenses.
I'm sorry, what are those? I thought you said
the Bushnell Engage.
Oh, Bushnells.
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking at the comments on our feed there.
These are the Vortex.
There you go.
Diamondbacks. These, when you get water on them, and you can't really flick it off, you kind of have to wipe it off, and it kind of sticks to the lens.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas with these, water like beads up on it, and if you flick it like this, the water's gone. It's off the lens. Yeah, so I think these would be probably a little bit better
coated,
in rain.
Obviously.
Yeah, they've got a hydrophobic coating on them. So
right, you said that. Yeah. You could buy a spray though for like.
Would you want to put a spray on your lenses, and what would that do to the optics of it? Like the coatings on glass is like a dark art. That's one of the other differences between like a real expensive set of like a scope or a bino and a cheap one too, is the coatings on it, right?
Yeah, I think you really need to do a video on coatings and like where.
I'm not really an expert on it. I mean,
and then do one on paint drying,
and then
that'll be probably.
Well, at least this is a dark art. He can actually get his kids to dress up as Harry Potter and whatever.
You know, one thing on these binos that I think is just completely stupid. Okay, this is the diopter for focusing the eyepiece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it; it jams up on the stupid cover. So if you put this cover on, it breaks the seal there, and it will just never seal with the stupid thing because of this diopter adjustment in here.
I'm sorry, is that the pair you said cost $200?
Well, technically, one of the other features that this thing has compared to the cheaper one is that it's got a locking ring, so you can make your adjustment and then push it down to lock it in.
Nice. So then when your wife takes it for a drive, she can't screw up your seat. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, if you leave the eye cups out, it doesn't really matter, but I don't really like the idea of leaving the eye cups out. I feel like if you left the eye cups twisted out and then you dropped it, whatever mechanism is like holding that eye cup out would like bust in a million pieces. Right? No?
Yep.
Anyways, I'll stop talking about binos because they're not guns.
No, but they're used for hunting.
And
they are used for hunting.
And you do need them for actually spotting, so like it's technically, and they're
when you go to an RPS.
Yeah. If I go to the range with someone else and I take a set of binos like this, they're handy. I can spot exactly where the impacts are happening. They've got a great field of view. Yep. They're sharp enough that you can see what's going on. Yep. And because you're doubling up, you don't get any like eye strain from like constantly looking through a scope for long periods of time. So they're really nice for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, for a $500 pair of binoculars, like, isn't this the cheapest, crappiest case that you've ever seen? Like, this is a case that belongs on like a $50 pair of binoculars.
Right, but what do you want to pay the money on? Do you want to pay the money on the binoculars or a case?
The binos, but like the vortexes came with like a hard case. Like this I could throw in my range bag, and
that's the same vortex case I have. Yeah, I've obviously been using that for a long time.
And I mean, these aren't like they're too big for this set of binos. They rattle around in there, but I would still trust my binoculars inside this case. Whereas if I chuck them in here and I put it in my range bag along with my heavy front rest and all this
and
like
my
metal stuff,
like, came in something like that.
Yeah, this is like pretty chintzy.
Yeah, but it's a Bushnell. Bushnell's gone to shit.
Well, you say that. The other thing I noticed, you compare the straps between the Vortex and the Bush. These are the same. Same. This is made in the same factory.
Yeah.
Now the Vortex
them all
is like
the same place.
The Vortex is like embroidered. The Bushnell has like a sticker
green
screen. Yeah, but like the slings these are the same. These neck straps are exactly the same.
Yep.
Anywho, I'm going like way down the rabbit hole on.
And
binos.
you're getting upset about screening and bags. And
the glass in the engages is better. Like at night, it doesn't make a difference during the day because during the day they're both pretty sharp. But like as it gets dark, they make a little bit of a difference.
The light filters in better, right?
It's not like the light transmission. It seems to be about the same on them. It's just sharper in like crappier conditions, which is nicer.
So for people who need glasses or older people like Trevor, he would benefit from them.
Fighting words over here.
I'm too tired to fight.
And then I started a channel.
Her glasses are thicker. She's older.
My glasses are thicker?
Yeah.
Have you seen yours?
I'm looking at them right now. They're on my face. I kind of bring them everywhere I go.
Yeah. I started a channel on Full 30. Full 30 is accepting producers from anywhere, including schmucks like me.
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm starting to upload my stuff over there because social media right now is cracking
down. It's full of leftist cucks and kicking everybody off. If you're not on Team Left, you can't be on the internet anymore.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody knows that
Trump's not even
Parlay's
impeached yet.
done.
He's getting
Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter is done. Facebook's almost done. So
Twitter's
can you
done. What do you mean?
well, Twitter. Yeah. Anyways, they're kicking people off left, right, and center.
Oh,
But
yeah, they've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah. Anyways, but besides that, are we starting up something new? Do we have something new? Are we going to be on something new?
I mean, not right now because none of the alternative platforms support streaming. So we'll keep doing Facebook until they decide to kick us off. But we could do full 30. There's not really an audience on there right now.
Zucked.
Yeah,
we'll
when we
have to
get
promote
zucked,
it.
we'll go full 30. There's no live streaming with that though, so we'd still have to live stream somewhere else.
Okay.
We can live stream YouTube. We just can't touch guns.
Correct.
You're not allowed to do that on YouTube there, Trevor.
And like by the time Facebook kicks us off, YouTube's policies will have changed to where you can't even mention the word gun before you get that video on this toy AK-47 demonetized.
Serious?
Yeah, serious. Demonetized. It's a toy. But that's the world that we live in right now. The censorship is
the
real.
online world that some people choose to live in.
I mean, it would be difficult to know about shooting matches without Facebook.
Yep.
Not impossible.
Yep.
But difficult. And there's a lot of shooting matches stuff that goes on Facebook.
Slamfire Radio, the Rescuers Gun Club, and my personal page for my racetrack are the only reasons why I haven't killed it altogether. All other forms of social media, I'm off of.
Yeah.
And I even deleted Facebook off of my phone. If I want to see what's going on Facebook, I actually have to sit down in front of a computer like it's 2007.
Probably good for your battery life too, because Facebook constantly tracks your location.
Yeah, well, yeah. Look, I'm one like a stone's throw away from getting a flip phone and putting my smartphone in the blender. Like, if you haven't watched The Social Dilemma, you should, listeners.
Okay.
That's it for me. What about you, Kelly?
Didn't do anything because I've worked for the past 12 days in a row and really long hours. So, no, I haven't really done anything other than had a Maple Seed director's call. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, just a gentle reminder for those of you who...
Register your calendar.
Shut up. Register your calendar.
I didn't do it yet.
So, gentle reminder, Trevor. Register your calendar.
Register your calendar. Go to ccfrcalendar.com and register it, and then you can win some prizes. Apparently, Tracy was going to have a live video yesterday, but I don't know if it went up or not. And the other thing that I was doing is I've been arguing with people in the CCFR because, anyways.
No, don't do that. You always do that. Finish your goddamn sentence. Make your statement.
Because
anyways, and then you change the subject.
You're shilling for big bank, Kelly.
Why were you arguing with
I'm not, because people are, like, we're our own worst enemies. So people stop. You need to just effing stop, right?
What is it they need to stop, Kelly?
Being idiots. I've said it. Stop being idiots.
People can't stop being idiots unless they stop being people.
That's true.
So what is it specifically that they're being idiots about?
Well, you know what? I'm not the enemy, right?
No.
So stop arguing with me. I make a point.
I argue with you all the time, but I love you. I don't think you're my enemy. I just
you and I, we're fine. Stop it. Okay. Do you really want to go there?
Do you want me to come over there and take that from you? That's what I'm going to say. What are they arguing with you about? It's
the Bank of Nova Scotia thing, right? So, yeah, whatever. Anyways, sorry, we didn't even cover it. Your annual New Year's Eve party. We forgot about it. We forgot to talk about it. Yeah, what about it? How did it go?
Kelly, I left the house once in 2 weeks. I don't know if you heard, but there's a pandemic going on.
No.
And we all need to do our part to flatten the curve.
It didn't happen. Just say
it didn't happen. Of course it didn't happen. It would be irresponsible for it to happen.
We all sat in our own houses and did nothing. I
was in bed by 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve. It was just another shitty day in this fucking shitty year.
Years. Pardon me. Correction. Years now.
I sit corrected. Yep.
Okay.
No, I literally, from the entire 2 weeks I had off for Christmas, I wore 2 pairs of pajamas, left the house once to go play toy cars with my nerdy friends,
Yeah.
and that was it. I didn't even see my family, which is kind of awesome. I got to use COVID as an excuse to not see my family. So there is some silver lining here. Or did they use COVID to not see me?
It doesn't matter how it happened. It
Right?
just matters that it happened.
That's right. What matters is I didn't have to do stuff.
Right.
But
and didn't have to shower or change your clothes or
pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, I have a beard now because I went the whole Christmas break without shaving, and then Monday morning I went back to work. I went, fuck it, I'll just do my neck. Hey, it's beard time.
Didn't you have a beard the last time I saw you?
I don't know. Depends if you saw me after the 4th of January.
I don't know. Anyways, no, I don't think so.
All right, I grew it over the Christmas break.
Okay. All right, You're not allowed to shave your beard.
Yeah.
Brian Bolivar, you're not allowed to grow one. Okay, go.
Now, if Gallon had come up,
Gallon was supposed to go up.
He was supposed to come up, and then guys from the gun club were getting together, and it would have been small, and it would have been okay. It wouldn't have exceeded any of the current regulations, but when Gallon decided he couldn't come,
everything fell apart.
Well, kind of. I was going to go and pick up other Trevor or meet other Trevor there, and Denis was going to go. I don't know if other Trevor went. I don't know if Denis went. Fingers was going to be there, but in the end, when Gallon wasn't coming, I said, screw it.
You know, when you start talking about all these people, I've met all of them, but a lot of our listeners have never met like Fingers, right?
Right.
So, and Snuffleupagus and like Captain Andy and all these people, we should really have like...
We should have a quiz or like, we should put everybody's picture up and you put names. Yeah. Like draw like those bad elementary tests where you had the word on one side and picture on the other side and you had to draw the line. This word means this picture. And then it looked like a roadmap of Toronto when you were done.
Yep.
Just do one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Filthy. Well, Filthy would be the hardest one to guess, probably. Like, can you?
No, because he's wearing a hat. Or he's wearing a stormtrooper. Hello.
Kind of the joke. Yeah. A little bit of sarcasm there, Kelly.
Don't worry. Someone needed to explain it. Someone needed to explain the joke, and we got it.
We got Squire. We got Better Squire. Other Trevor.
He's the stable boy.
Oh, right. No, he's not Stable Boy anymore. He'll always be Stable Boy to Filthy, I suppose.
Yeah, that's his original name. That's what
Squire,
I wish.
Better Squire.
Merry Christmas, Stable Boy.
What's Benito's nickname?
He's the other Squire. The new Squire.
No, he's not Squire to anybody. He's kind of a hipster. Anyway, everybody gets...
All right, whatever.
Osby, Fingers, Muffin.
Yep. Everybody, what's my nickname? I heard that. All right, let's get into upcoming events. Upcoming events is sponsored by Telos Alpha. Telos Alpha is a Canadian digital agency that works exclusively in the firearms vertical. They help business processes, strategic planning, websites, e-commerce, and battling the stigma the industry carries with banks, merchant processors, and social media. I wonder if Profit River had actually contacted them about Bank of Nova Scotia. They should. Anyways, learn more at telosalpha.com. So, news. Here's everything that's new in the news. We don't have any upcoming events, by the way, because pandemic, everything is locked down, like totally. So we'll get onto the news.
We're going to be allowed to have outdoor meetings in Alberta next week.
How big? Mm-hmm. How many?
10 people.
How big? Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
We're locked down to 5.
It's because
not supposed to be within
winning.
Your family.
You guys are winning.
No, everything is a contest, and right now Ontario's winning. Not really.
I get such a kick out of New Brunswick thinking that their response has been so awesome, and our cases are so low. Fucking idiots! They're low because there's no one living here. We've had months and months of wash your hands and don't touch your face and wear a mask and social distance and close this business and open this business and close that business. And as of today, we have more cases than we've had the entire quote unquote pandemic. We're up to 12 dead. And you're bragging about how things could be so much worse and what a good job you're doing.
Well,
If you're doing
I mean,
Well,
the
job.
Atlantic
Like-
provinces are doing better than everywhere else, but it's because you guys are sealed off and because you're killing your businesses and whatnot
Yeah.
as well.
Well, we close the borders. So the only time we have an outbreak is when we let some asshole from out west in who drags
West
the
would be
vid home.
from Quebec.
Yeah, well,
No, there's a lot of oil field workers that, like, every once in a while, some oil field workers bring it back over there.
Yeah, it's people coming home for Christmas.
Yeah, and then giving it to the family because they don't quarantine properly, and then somebody in the family leaves, et cetera, and so on. But it's like nothing that we've done has done anything to slow down the curve except for keeping your border closed. If face masks and hand sanitizing worked, why do we keep having outbreaks in such a small province?
Anyways, okay, let's get on to the news. All right.
Here's
So
the news. Trevor's still pissed off.
tell us how you really feel. So donations for the CCFR legal challenge. The CCFR field officers from Nova Scotia donated $665 recently. That was awesome.
Amazing. Good crew,
Yeah.
boys.
They raised a lot of
And
money
girls,
through
actually.
donations, prizes, and different things that they were doing, and so they donated that. Western Metallic Silhouette Society, or WMSS, donated $800, and then also the Nova Scotia Rifle Association donated $5,000. So
Wowzers.
good on them. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
We
So
don't
if you-
have it in the news, but isn't the hearing
Well, I was just going to talk
going up?
about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll shut up. I don't actually know anything about it.
So last week I said it was on the 19th. It's actually on the 18th at 9 a.m. I don't know if that's 9 a.m. Alberta time though. Anyways, so on the CCFR social media Facebook page, they have a link there, or you go in and you register for it. And there's 800 people that can actually watch the injunction proceedings.
Do we
Now-
know why only 800?
Yeah, because that's actually what the judge limited it
It was so
to.
weird.
Why?
There was
Why
like,
would-
they asked who wants to watch this, and they had like 600 people say yes or like the post or something like that. So like,
Yeah.
okay, 800. It was kind of arbitrary.
So that being said, if you sign up for it and you don't watch it, you're taking a spot somebody else wants to watch. So
I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the Coles notes from someone who is
Oh,
smarter
God,
than me
yes.
and understands these things.
Just look, as long as Ronco watches it, we're good.
Yeah.
okay. Anyways, if you want to watch it live, you can go and do that. So there is a link for that, and I don't have it for you, so you're gonna have
On
to,
Reddit.
yeah, you're gonna have to research that yourself. So, all right, Adriel, why don't you take us
Yep.
into the news, and I'm gonna let my dog out. Just you
Yeah.
carry on.
Let
Yeah.
the dogs out. Kelly.
First one, the NRA files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
My mind is blown.
Now, there's a little bit of like back and forth on why this is happening. They're getting sued in New York, and they were saying this is to get out of New York because they are reincorporating as a nonprofit in Texas. I don't know how good of an idea this is. Like to just declare, like I assume they have lawyers, and the lawyers told them that this is a good idea, but everyone's like all over it. Oh, they're declaring bankruptcy, but it's so that they can move it to Texas. They're not
That's
actually
interesting.
like bankrupt. They're just moving and trying to
Interesting.
get out from, because like in New York, they have DAs that are trying to chase them down for BS reasons and sue them and whatnot, kick them out of business. So you got to get out of a
Biden will
place
probably
like that.
declare them a terrorist organization.
Yeah. Wasn't it funny how like all year so far we've had protests, not riots, and now this one is not a protest or a riot. They are all terrorists right away. It's like, man, that was from 0 to 100.
0 to left.
Yeah. CZ is going to buy Colt. They put in a CZ Trevor. CZ.
Zed.
We have a lot of American listeners too.
Super
be
duper for
inclusive.
them.
We have to be inclusive and diverse in
No,
our pronunciation.
we don't. Actually,
I would
be
say
clear.
color. I say color without the U on it, just so you know.
well, then you're a moron.
Color or color.
Color. I love it.
With an
Not
ER.
color.
I say an ER
color.
at the end. Color.
It's
Anyways,
Kelly doesn't see color.
CZ is in talks to buy out Colt, and that may include Colt Canada, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what the repercussions of that are, and I don't really want to speculate until they
What
Oh,
if?
come on. You want to speculate. Come on.
What if they just released Colt Canada and it could just keep going and become its own something?
It might have to be like that. It might have to be like that.
Because
I
Colt
don't-
Canada hasn't been a hot mess like the rest of Colt. Am I right? Especially
That
since they're
is
tied in with
correct.
the Mako.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if they're not tied to Colt in any way, if they're just their own thing,
Right.
like maybe the government will just buy them and then they'll just stop selling stuff to civilians, because why would the government do that?
How much of what Colt Canada produces makes it into our hands already?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a
Right.
lot.
So,
But if you want like a primo, well, if you wanted a primo AR, you could.
Okay.
Not
Exactly,
so much
right?
anymore.
I mean, it doesn't matter in our world anymore.
Not really.
No.
No.
And how many of us were like, "Look at my Colt"? Very few. Great, you've overpaid for a substandard product. Good for you, Sparky.
It was actually no.
The quality
Yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
The quality
Price
was
was
good. Cool.
high.
It was a little high,
High.
yeah, but
Yeah.
still, anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, that's happening. And then the CRPS announced their match rifle loaner and mentorship
I think this is
program.
awesome.
I think it's a good idea because I think that a lot of matches would do this kind of thing if you ask them to, but this is like formalizing it, right?
Right.
So the idea here is that they've got some sponsors who are going to be providing match rifle loaners. They're going to match you up with a mentor as well. So you can basically show up with some ammo and grab a rifle that's probably super pimped out and awesome,
Nice.
and work with someone who knows what they're doing and shoot a match. So it's a
Right.
really easy way for someone to approach and get into a match.
Right.
That's good.
So Rick actually was already doing this. He was bringing the rifles that were sponsorship rifles around with him anyways, but now he's actually worked out the program so that the mentorship. So there are people who are match directors that are in Ontario, at least that I know of, with CRPS. They're fantastic. Like, these guys are like quality shooters, and so I think that they'll have the rifle loaner program and matching up with these people as well. Some of these shooters are like, these are really good shooters. They are sponsored shooters as well. They are, if you want to learn from the best, these are the guys are the best. Great job.
Yep. Good idea.
Awesome. I think it's a really, really good idea. Okay. Let's get into the New Gun Stuff. New Gun Stuff is sponsored by Bolt Action Coffee. Slamfire Radio is now the brand ambassador for Bolt Action Coffee. By the way, did you guys drink any recently? Like, I drank some of that, the new coffee that I
My
got.
wife just puts it into whatever I'm having and puts a cup in front of me, and I drink that and the rest of the pot.
And you say thank you. Right.
Yeah.
So the coffee is roasted in small batches, and it's quite honestly some of the best coffee that you can actually get your hands on. So go on over to boltactioncoffee.com, use the discount code Slamfire Radio, tell them we sent you, get some great coffee, and yeah, that's about it. New Gun Stuff. Hello, Adriel.
All right. Let me pull this first one up. ERE Systems. I've had a couple people let me know about this one. And I'm going to share my screen.
Said top.
Boop.
Doesn't have the same ring. Oh, and I'm just reading some of the comments.
Said top. Take a look at this. ERE Systems. Okay, they're putting in an upcoming order of the SG 540, 542, and 543. Now, we had these in Canada, but they were like wood, and they didn't really look cool. And
That looks cool.
Yeah, these are like modern.
Is that a rock and cock? Rock and lock? Rock and lock? How's the mag going on that?
Well, I'm aware of the 308 versions, which are rock and lock. I'm not sure about the other ones that they're showing here, but they look very neat. These will be, I'd imagine these are going to be in the $2,000 to $3,000 range.
Oh, I like the one with the shorter barrel.
Standard AR magazines. Oh, interesting.
Oh, hello.
Oh, 2 upcoming conversion kits allow you to use air magazines on your Femme rifle or your SIG Classic. Well, not the SIG Classic because those are all prohib right now, but
yeah,
neat. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's something that is going to be here. So that was interesting. this next one, whoops, did I just mess that up? No, let me grab that. Is the Magpul is going to launch the FDC9.
That's all over the place. It's horrible. Look at that shit.
This is supposed to be like a 2008 thing, right?
Yeah,
yeah, 2008, The Dark Knight.
that
was
thing is disgusting.
one.
That thing is awful.
SHOT Show 2008. The internet broke with the folding Magpul FMG9 subgun, and it's now returned as the FDC9.
No.
Look at how small it is. It's like a little briefcase.
Yeah, no.
You're like walking around with that. People will be like, "What is that? Like a old school like VHS recorder or something?"
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's my Glock. So it looks like Magpul has teamed up with Zev to make this neat meme gun. That's a meme gun. Look at this thing. It's cool.
That is the gun of memes.
Anyways, that's neat.
Yeah.
I think that's all I had for gun stuff.
That's all you had for gun stuff. Okay, so tonight's main topic, we're going to get into it. We're going to be talking about what to look forward to in 2021. What's our training like? What's our plans? And again, as I said, what to look forward to in 2021 besides, the apocalypse and zombie apocalypse and Armageddon. So let's start with Trevor. Trevor, tell us a bit what your plans are.
Well, let's call it a goal.
Okay.
My goal is to not completely leave the firearms hobby if I can help it. I have an incredibly short attention span. I'm studying, and I have a new hobby that I can do right at home in my own backyard. And it's not very cool, but it's also not political. And so between studying, toy cars, and not being able to go to any shooting competitions, like I'm hanging on by a thread. I quit every This is like the only thing I do gun related. I'm not the vice president of the Rescue Gun Club anymore. I'm not affiliated with IPSC New Brunswick anymore. I'm not affiliated with the CCFR anymore. I let it all go, and there's nothing. You guys are the only thing keeping me interested and keeping me going.
So what can we do to help with that? Like you were just talking at the beginning of the show about getting sponsorship for a new gun. So would a new gun help?
A new guns always help. My involvement is going to be to compete in IPSC. Even last year, I went to every IPSC match that I was able to attend, and normally I would be attending an indoor match once a month, and I haven't been able to do that because of COVID lockdowns and stuff. And it's just killing the
mojo.
Yeah, for sure. And
that's for everyone though.
Yeah. So which ranges are currently open in New Brunswick?
They're all open.
Can you travel at all?
They're all open. There's just no matches. Yeah, we can still travel too. They discourage right now because the entire province is in what we call the orange recovery phase.
Okay.
Because yellow is almost normal. Orange is some heightened mask regulations, and the number of people on things and certain sports are canceled and stuff. But ranges have never closed. Even when we were in red, our range never closed. You just had to follow social distancing, right?
Okay.
Be responsible. So, but no organized matches are happening now. We usually have a steel match once a month that Joe and Larry put on at the Thomaston Corner range outside of Fredericton, and the Breakfast Club. We go and we eat breakfast, and we go to the match. I won't be doing the breakfast thing, but I'll go to the match for bloody sure. And that will start again when they're in yellow, apparently. So that will help. If I can get out, if I can see the boys.
Yeah, that'll help.
I want to see the boys more than I want to shoot the guns. So if I could just get shooting again.
You know what?
The longer, like I said, my attention span is short, Kelly. The longer I go without doing gun stuff, the more my attention goes the other way. So
yeah. So you need to actually, as much as you're curmudgeon, right? You really are a social person. You need to see your people, and you actually need to participate in matches to keep you interested.
Yeah.
You just
Me too.
admitted to it. Yeah, and it's actually.
I went to
the
lots
same
of
thing
matches
with me.
last year. I'll probably go to lots of matches next year too.
I got in a lot too. Like,
Yeah.
did I get to Nova Scotia? I feel like I shot Nova Scotia. Yes, I shot at least once in Nova Scotia. We were supposed to go to their provincial, but we ended up in Orange in our zone at that time. Anyway, we get screwed so many times.
Yeah, random.
So, are you able to go to the other provinces as well?
Not now, no.
Okay.
No, there's no. For a long time now, if you leave New Brunswick, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks upon return.
Okay, so we're thinking that probably New Brunswick, as well as some of the other provinces, might open up a little bit, or we might go back to the Atlantic bubble, right? So, what's your plans for 2021? Are you planning to go to the other provinces, participate?
If we, if we have the Atlantic bubble back and I can go in and out of Nova Scotia with impunity, then I absolutely will.
Okay.
So, but I also submitted my race calendar too. Like, I built a track and I'm making money. I'm hosting a race a month. Track is built, doesn't cost you anything once it's built. People pay you $25 to play with their toy car in your backyard. Yes, please. So, rather than spending money on a hobby for once, I'm making a little.
Okay.
Fun way. I spent $2,000 already in January. What am I talking about?
You're trying to get the money back. Is what you're doing. But if you're doing that once a month, then there's 3 other weeks in the month.
Yeah, and there's a race at those other tracks, those weekends. Okay. There's 4 tracks and 4 weekends.
You go play Crash Up Derby with your $2,000 car and just smash it against the wall and crash up against the other cars head on. Go buy another one.
That's not how any of this works. They'd be like, shoot your arrow.
You got to put the flipper on the front, the ramp that flips the other ones, or that spike.
You're thinking battle bots. That's a whole different level of nerd.
That would be way more respectable.
If you can blow up someone's RC with the flamethrower on your RC, then it's okay.
That would be televised.
So man. Yeah, go ahead, Cole.
Mark Manderson said bubble match in Nova Scotia. So what do you guys think about that?
It's not actually the Atlantic bubble because that's not a thing anymore. There's just going to be lots of bubbles. Like those bubble parties in like Mexico and that kind of thing. It's going to be like that, but with guns.
Yeah, awesome. I think Mark may be referring to the Atlantic Bubble Championships that was supposed to happen because the Nationals didn't happen.
Right.
Nova Scotia organized an Atlantic Canadian Championship, and it may have been nicknamed the Bubble Championship or some such thing, but Muffin and I pulled out because our zone went to Orange at that time.
Because you had 4 cases in town?
Yeah, but that being said, there's nothing. Well, there is something stopping you right now. You're not allowed to go to Nova Scotia, but as soon as that opens,
it'll be better. It'll be better next year. The thing is, we ran all these restrictions this year. Some of them worked. Some of them did nothing. And I'm confident that they will not restrict things as much in the spring, and it will be more open than it was in 2020. Maybe. In the spring.
Might as well, because nothing they've done has curbed it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, here in Alberta, they locked it all down, and we've been dropping for 2 weeks, and that worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It cost money. It cost a shitload of money to lock the province down, and people didn't get to go hang out with their family for Christmas and all this other BS. But it cut the cases down.
Yeah.
Well, see, here in New Brunswick, people did what they wanted anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's nobody in New Brunswick, right?
Yeah, but everything we're dealing with right now is because people didn't follow the rules over Christmas.
That's true. Same here. Okay. Any other goals or anything else that you would like to talk about with respect to 2021?
Make the jump back into the standard division with my new fancy Phoenix standard gun, and maybe
leaving optics, leaving production optics. I hate the optic.
Yeah,
I've been shooting it every once in a while, and I still don't like it. Just the straight irons.
I'm more accurate with a red dot, but I'm slower with a red dot, and that's counterintuitive. I cut my teeth in standard division, and I think my style of IPSC shooting lends itself more to major power factor because sometimes I run and gun and blast, and I'm eating up Charlies, right? Mm-hmm. And with major scoring, that's not so bad. I'm also, production is a young man's game, right? I mean, yeah, I shed 60 pounds, but I don't feel like I'm moving any faster. And the video tells me I'm not. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
May have gotten skinnier, but I got older too. So,
that's true.
Yeah. You know all about it, don't you, Toots? So I'd like to get back and hammer some 40 cal and get back into major scoring. And I just like new shiny things. And Frank, I deserve it, really. I mean, geez. So we'll see if Calgary Shooting Center can extend my sponsorship deal, and I'll send back the red back and take the other one.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wouldn't mind another provincial title in standard. I've got 2 in standard now, and all the other titles I have one of. Like I've got 1 optics, 1 PCC, 1. No, I probably got 2 classic. Anyway, whatever I stay into, I'll try and get the title again.
Awesome. Okay, Adriel, what's up with you?
I don't know. I'm going to do a bunch of maple seeds. Going to do a bunch of gun videos and stuff for Hunting Gear Guy.
Okay. So before you go, it's like, okay, let's deal with Maple Seed first. What's your plans for Maple Seeds? How many are you thinking that you're going to be having this year, or how many you want to have this year? 20.
20.
Okay. That's actually a good number, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 a month?
Yeah.
3 a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like I don't know. It depends when we can even run them. But based on what we did last year, I think they'll open it up pretty early. So I can't imagine that our season will be really impacted from the opening.
Okay.
Yeah, my priority this year is getting the IATs trained up, making sure that we've got that solid core of instructors built in the province, and that we're really capable from that point of view.
My goal for you is actually to get a couple more shoot bosses for you, and then you don't have to do them all.
Yeah, that too.
There you go.
That's another goal of mine. Mm-hmm. And it's going to happen. That's going to happen.
It is. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to the next piece that you were talking about. So videos. What types of videos are you hoping to do? Is there anything out there that's new and exciting that you want to review?
Not particularly. I think like the piece that I'm adding in that's not being done on YouTube particularly well is reviewing like the standard hunting stuff that I think other people either like there's videos now, especially now, on most of the stuff that I do videos on, but a lot of the time might be the person's only bolt action hunting rifle.
Right.
They don't have like the breadth of knowledge on the other ones, and there's still like a pretty large problem with shilling. So I'm still providing like a weight against that. And I mean, I'm using it as an opportunity to teach my kids something. They're like editing, like that AK video was edited by one of my kids. So
yeah.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for them to kind of learn. And
I kind of listened to the last week's show, and you said the kids were helping editing, and you're going, yeah, they were helping editing. Yeah, they were helping editing. I'm going, oh, it took a long time, but it's a great skill, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's a relevant one for the future. Like there's
that's true.
When I was a kid, my parents said, like, you know, you can't grow up and play video games, but that's a job. That is a job. They were wrong. That's a job. But the part of that job is being really good at editing and really good at recognizing something that's going to be funny, or versus something that is not going to be funny and is going to get you in trouble and you probably shouldn't do. Right. That's all good skill to learn, and I think that learning video production is important because. Yeah, that's going to be one of the things. Like if you look at the media you consume right now, I watch 11 o'clock news on digital, so like a half hour of that. I watch a ton of YouTube, Netflix a little bit, mostly YouTube, just because like there's so many weird and wonderful things on it that I can always find something that I exactly want. Right. And with less people watching TV, less people watching other stuff and more people watching YouTube, that's gonna be where there's gonna be a lot more jobs in the future.
Yep.
But it's gonna be more contractor, like you win or lose, you starve or it's feast or famine based on whether you can get it done or not. So it's kind of interesting. What
about personal goals for you, like 3-gun or Is
I
there
don't really
anything
have any
else?
personal goals in 3-gun. Like I'll shoot it because I really enjoy it as a sport, and I enjoy like hanging out with the guys in it.
Yep.
But there are no nationals really. There probably won't, like a lot of the traveling matches next year. I probably won't even be able to travel to because of restrictions.
Yeah, I'm thinking
So
that.
I don't have any specific goals for it next year. I hope to shoot 2 or 3 matches. That's
Okay.
that's my goal for
How many
3-gun.
did you do in 2020? You didn't do that many. I think you did the one in November, right?
4 maybe.
Oh, really? You did 4.
I did June, July, November. I'm pretty sure I did 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was one in December, the late one, right?
Yeah, we had to cancel it because the Rona got too bad. But yeah, if I can go to like 2 or 3 of them, that'll be great. Like they're just enjoyable, and I enjoy hanging out with the guys, and that's pretty much all I'm getting out of it.
You think Fairy Fire is going to be on this year? It's usually at the beginning of July.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It really depends on their tolerance for risk, right? Because you can put in a ton of time trying to set things up, line up sponsors, get the thing ready, and then to just get canceled or have to change the date and ruin a bunch of people's schedules. Like it's all real risks that are going to be around for 2021. I think like 2022, completely back to normal. So
yeah.
Goals there.
I agree. I tell you what, I mean, I'm not the match director, and I don't represent Rescue Gun Club or Ipswich, New Brunswick, so take this with a grain of salt. But imagine if July 2021, New Brunswick still requires everyone coming in to quarantine for 2 weeks. If that is still in place in July of 2021, what do you think that means for the Canadian Ipswich Nationals?
You're done. Yeah, you guys are done. So, you have to start thinking about that too, right?
What, 5 months away?
Yeah, but planning and building, and you guys already have a lot of the stages already built and everything, but still.
Yeah. Actually, one of the things that I do have another goal on Maple Seed. I want to hit ranges and areas of the province that I didn't hit in 2020. So I'm hoping to get in touch with the guys from Fort McMurray and get a match out there. An event out there. And same thing with some of the southern Alberta places I'd like to hit. Grand Prairie. I think that's it.
I just came up with it.
What?
In 2022, I want to go back to teaching handgun fundamentals in Alberta and shooting gophers in the face.
Yeah.
That's all I want in life.
Now, I would say that we've saved the gophers, but the gophers, like that's an outdoor activity. That's safe social distancing. So the gophers have been almost eradicated in the place where I usually go. I'm gonna have to find another gopher field.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
We can go like hang out with Philp in southern Alberta.
And Jeff.
We got there.
Yeah.
Jeff might be going back into town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Talking to him yesterday.
Okay.
Yep.
I think that's my goals. Yeah, pretty achievable. I've got them all. Like, I got my season lined up. It's going to be 2 weekends of every month, at least 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like 2020, there was a stretch of I think 3 months where it was like a shooting activity
every weekend. Yeah.
And it'll probably build up to that. Because I imagine like we'll fit in like a ladies' day or something else. We'll
I'll give you more stuff to do. You're absolutely right. Hey, Drill.
You just waved your hand like a Jedi. I'll give you more stuff to do.
You said you have a free weekend. Which weekend is that, Adriel?
Tell me.
Okay, yeah. I gotta make some calls.
Yeah. So, you guys want to know what I'm planning to do for 2021? Okay, so here's a couple of things. So, I have a couple of directions.
I have a feeling this is going to be like what Trevor did this week in guns used to be.
Okay.
No, because it sounds planned.
Yeah. So yeah, that's true. So, a couple of directions with Project Maple Seed. I'm going to be doing a little bit more southwestern Ontario, try and get them set up, and also the Ottawa area, get those guys set up so that they can actually host their own events. I am planning as well, Adriel, trying to do 2 events a month starting in April. Not sure about what's happening in April, if we can actually have the events or not, and I'll run all the way to November, and that way it'll give us that many events. On the side, I'm also going to be obviously helping with the CCFR Ladies' Day events and helping organize those across the country. However, we're already looking at and planning the one at EOSC, and also going to a couple of range days. Like Philadelphia has invited me out to Galt to do that one. So there's some things that are happening, and it's again fluid situation dependent on COVID. At the end of this month, we were supposed to do the RSO Train the Trainer for the CCFR. Kelly Kincaid and I, we were going to actually do that. So we're still trying to figure out how we can do that so that what we can do is go around and do the RSO program for the CCFR and get some ladies trained as RSOs as well. So when they're helping out the Ladies' Day event, they're actually certified RSO staff for the CCFR. So, and other than that, in the downtime, I'm hoping to go and do some more pistol because I'm really, really enjoying pistol. And last May, I was supposed to take the Black Badge course. That got canceled. So I'm hoping that'll open up in one weekend and get that done. And the last thing is reloading for 28 gauge. So, yeah. So do some reloading, learn how to do that so that we can actually go on our Wednesday nights when the club opens on Wednesday nights. And that's why, you know what? The skeet shooting that I did on Wednesday nights was probably the most therapeutic thing I did all summer.
I can believe it.
Yeah. Just go out, hang out. It's just the two of us. We shot the shit out of the clays and we just gabbed and we took our time, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, so it was the best
shooting
best thing.
Overpriced ammo.
Yeah, well, you know what? It was overpriced ammo, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no. What now? You're gonna roll your own? You're laughing.
Yeah,
and that's therapeutic too, Kelly. Put a podcast on, start loading up some shotgun shells. It's good times.
Yep. So that's what my plans are. See, it was shorter than what Trevor did in Guns this week. However, those
days are gone.
Yeah, it's very strategic. I want to get my Black Badge. So 28 gauge. We're going to actually reload for that so that we can shoot on Wednesday nights because Kelly needs therapy. And then every second week, we're going to have a maple seed, and then I'm going to sprinkle in some ladies' days and some RSO training as well. There you go. Oh, and on Thursday nights, we're going to do Slam Fire Radio.
Yeah, that.
And at some point, I'm going to work. I am working though. So, anyways, that's about it, I guess. Some people are asking what ranges are open. What ranges are open in Alberta? There are
like all of them. There's some that are like, oh, members only, no guests. But then I think most of them are just open.
Okay. And in Ontario, most of them are members only, and we're limited to outdoors only as well. We're not like at FRPC, which is my local club. We're not allowed to do indoor, but we're allowed to do outdoor. It's 5 people only, and I think you have to be in the same bubble group, whatever. But you can go and do that. I'm not sure about some of the public ranges, like for example, Stittsville or not. If anybody knows about that one, just let us know. And
they're busy. The ranges are busy right now. Every time I go, it's like, man, there's a lot of people, and it's just because there's nothing else to do.
Right.
You might as well go to the range and pound some rounds out. And
right. So with our restrictions we've had emergency measures announced last week. At the beginning of the week, and they came into effect on Thursday. Thank God there's no curfew. However, everything is basically shut down unless you're actually going to exercise, but you're not allowed to go to a gym, or you're getting your essential worker, or you're going to the pharmacy, or you're getting food, and therefore you can stand in line in Walmart for 3 hours. Okay, that's it. So ranges are allowed to be open, but ski hills you're not. Why aren't you allowed to go to a ski hill? Like it's physically impossible to not social distance at a ski hill. Anyways, that's just
you can't share a lift with someone, maybe.
Right, when you're on the hill, stay away from me. I got a ski pole sticking in the eye.
But then, like, I'd imagine when I saw the ski hills when they were open, it was nuts because they had an enormous amount of people that went. They could only put one group or bubble per chair. So the line at the chairlift was absolutely nuts.
Well, look how long your skis are. You're social distancing. I'm just
But putting like one person on a chair
Right.
lift per chair is very slow.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, would you
But-
rather slow or no skiing at all?
Right.
I hate lines, so no skiing for me.
I hate lines too.
Anyways.
I'll go sledding.
Whatevs. I'm just saying. No skiing. Okay. Anything else, you guys?
Nah.
I just
Nah.
hope that the restrictions lift early
Early.
so that we can go to the range and go do matches and all that stuff
Events.
while we wait for our vaccine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We don't want to talk about that. Okay.
Why not?
Let's-
Because it's not a vaccine show; it's a gun show.
Yes, correct. Good
She doesn't want to hear
answer.
Trevor rant again about how he's not taking it.
Okay. Listener feedback. Listener feedback is sponsored by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, Cerakote finishes, as well as wood refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms, accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca. He also has 2 CZs in stock currently, apparently. Yay!
He does. He's also got a really cool Remington 700 in a TAC 21 chassis with a shill and barrel.
Nice.
Mm.
Okay, you can also
What
check
kind
him
of
out.
maniac would make one of those? That's weird.
You?
What a weird combination.
Okay. So anything on the face books? I think we kind of actually been chatting
I
about.
actually got an angry text from a listener saying, "Stop yawning for crying out loud."
Yeah, that's annoying.
What Adriel's saying
It's
is
good to
not
get
that boring.
real-time feedback from our
Right?
listeners. You suck. Right at this moment, you suck.
You suck right now. Stop sucking.
Stop yawning.
You can't do that when you're watching like something on Netflix. Like I'll be listening to a podcast and I'll start yelling on my phone, and Christina's like, "They can't hear you." Well, apparently I hear the listeners. I stopped yawning. You're welcome.
You just got your second one. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get on to the listener emails. Speaking of listeners, Adriel, do you want to read this one from Stephen because it's really long?
Sure. From Stephen. Hello, Adriel and Kelly. And
Hey.
those brilliant part-time hosts, Random Dave, Matt, Brian with a Y, CRPS Rick, the Ians, Dennis, Denis, Gallon, Captain Andy, Mark the Squire, David, Trevor. Apologizes
hell's
if I've missed
David.
Oh. First-time emailer,
Okay.
short-time listener. While I've only started listening since May, however, I've been steadily going through your backlog on Spotify, and I've caught up on the last 3 years or so. Just finishing up
God.
Q4 of 2017. I've really enjoyed listening to your podcast on my walks. That's why he's mentioning all the names, because he's going through time
Who's
here.
David?
I don't know.
Trevor, who's David?
What do you mean? Who's David?
I know Steven's mentioning David as one of our part-time
Random
hosts.
Dave?
No, he's
said
Random Dave. He said Random Dave, but I have no
Oh, and then
idea.
he said David. Yeah. Trevor apologizes if I've missed somebody. Oh, that was italicized. Damn it. I'm not supposed to read the italicized. David, I don't know, man. We never had a David.
Trevor wouldn't apologize if he missed anyone anyways. Where was I? I've really enjoyed listening to your podcast on my walks around the neighborhood and my drive 2 to 3 hour round trip to the range each weekend. Yeah, it's good for that. Just wish to thank you all for what you've done with this podcast, bringing in new guests and fresh topics. Not today though. I found your podcast shortly after the OIC last year when I started to pay attention to politics, laws, and all of the associations. That same week in May, I signed up and became a member of all 3 organizations and found your podcast and started listening. Before 2020, I never paid attention to politics or how firearms owners were being treated. I've had my RPAL for a while, hadn't been out with my firearms for about 4 years.
Oh.
So I quickly made up for that, and I've shot about 140 rounds of trap since July and burned through 3,500 rounds. Though I must say it's so much easier and more enjoyable to shoot when there isn't crazy winds of 40 kilometers or rain or snow. It's always entertaining to listen to the banter between the hosts, and there's such a good dynamic between all of your personalities, especially the way Adriel and Kelly seem to effortlessly know how to trigger Trevor. It's effortless because he's like the Hulk. He's always mad.
Yeah,
That's the
easy.
secret. I'm always mad.
Yeah, the Hulk smashes shit, and he's incredible. I do it, and I'm a drunken asshole. I don't understand the double standard.
Drunk and abusive.
Yeah. When I Hulk out, it's because of alcoholism. Jesus.
You're not drinking, are you?
No.
Then why are you mad?
Oh well, I'm always mad.
Oh
He's
yeah.
always mad.
I'm only happy when I'm upset. We've covered this.
I know.
Where did I leave off there? Oh, at Trevor's suggestion, I went out and bought some special rings and changed them out on my 1022 scope and installed those rings, like Kelly and Adriel suggested on episode 380. To that end, I've enclosed a photo of my 1022. Hopefully it meets with your approval.
No, it doesn't. You guys look at this thing?
So,
Shoot through rings on a 1022. What is wrong with this guy?
yeah, and he's mounted it directly to the receiver.
When you guys say directly to the receiver,
The
like
listeners
there's no
can't hear
rail.
me shaking my head
Yeah.
no, but listeners just know I'm shaking my head no.
Yeah, yes. The picture's not included in this. We should use
No,
it.
no one needs
And
to be
we-
subjected to
yeah,
this.
you
A
know
part
what?
of me died.
Oh no!
You need to include it.
No,
as
I'm
the
looking at her.
picture
I'm
for
looking
the
at her
week.
right now. Oh,
It's like catching your parents having sex. That's how bad it is. With each other. I'm not going to mold the other thing.
and the neighbors.
No.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Interesting.
Okay.
Yep. I appreciate the nuggets of
Were you
knowledge
thinking
sprinkled
about it or
through the
what?
episodes. Thanks for the hours of entertainment and knowledge. I've learned so much over the last 160 episodes. Look forward to catching up on the other 220 episodes in the backlog. Stephen from the center of the universe.
That'd be Toronto.
No,
Thank you, Kelly.
we know. Yeah. The rest of Canada knows who thinks they're in the center of the universe.
Correct.
People from
Oh
Toronto
my
like you.
God, 160 episodes. You're not crazy. That's
How do you know he's not crazy? You're not a psychologist, is this?
That's true. Hey, by the way, how's your psychology program going?
2 courses down, 2 A's or A pluses, and the third course starts now. I got to do some homework tomorrow.
So the
Are you
reason
able to identify any of our disorders yet?
I was going to
that
ask
was a
if
long
he's able
time
to
ago.
identify his.
Remember, my first 2 degrees are in psychology as well, so I'm not analyzing everything you're saying, but I do know why you're saying it, and you are an asshole.
We have a clinical name for what you are. It's asshole.
It's asshole, yeah. Yeah. It's in the DCM.
It's official. All right. Okay. If you would like to send us an email like Stephen did, you can send it to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, even if you haven't actually listened to all 100 or whatever it is. What are we at? 337 or something like that. We've been on a long time.
No, we're in the 80s.
380.
You literally said the number of the show
Please
tonight because you're the
listen.
host.
Yeah, but I don't remember which one. 387.
The early onset of Alzheimer's is indeed tragic.
Yeah, using your degree already. Fantastic.
There you
No,
go.
she's just old as shit, man, and starting to slide. Osteoporosis is next. Just saying.
Yeah, I need to go drink some milk. Okay.
With vodka and Kahlua in it, no doubt.
Yeah, that would be Russian.
Yes, a white Russian. Very
Right,
good.
Russian. Yeah. See, Alzheimer's not happening.
I can't remember what show it is, but I know my liquor.
Okay.
Medicine.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Medicine. Mama needs her medicine.
I
What
really
hurts the
I
world?
should start drinking. Okay. Patreonies. We don't have any new ones this week,
We don't
but
deserve any. We don't do anything for them. God love the ones we have.
We'll have
Hey.
some guests on soon.
yeah. Well,
If you're a Patreon and have an idea of how we can improve our Patreon program, by all means, tell us.
Or if you just want to call in and just like shoot the shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what about
let's do
are
that.
we going to
What-
try and stick to that? Third show of the month will be a live call-in show.
Let's get a Patreon on a show as a guest. Let's do that.
Oh,
We used to do
because
that.
you fucking idiot. That's what we tried to do for the first 2 years of Patreon.
Okay.
And that's your idea? Let's
Well,
go back to what...
wait.
Hey, I got
I
an
bet you
idea.
some of
Let's
them
do
wanna
that
talk
thing we
about some
tried for
stuff.
a year that didn't work worth a fiddler's fuck.
Boys,
Let's do
We
that.
did it. We did
Boys.
it.
Boys, I'm going to send you to your rooms.
I'm in my room right now.
Yeah, I'm in my room right now.
Can't
Okay.
send me anywhere.
You're not my real mom.
You're not my mom.
I mean,
I'll
you're
do what I
old
want.
enough, but you're not.
Shut up. I am not. Okay. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe MILF, but certainly mine.
Okay. Patrons, thanks for supporting us and allowing us to deliver this fabulous content to you. Anybody else want to sign up? We would love to have you on board. Go to this patreon.com/slimefire and search out Slimefire. Or you can actually search us out on our website. You can also support us through Cabela's. Go and click on the link there, buy some stuff, and they'll send us a little bit of money. And every once in a while, we will talk about what you have bought and sometimes make fun of you, sometimes not.
I'm still waiting for someone who's bought like a really suspicious amount of like different things, like tape, shovel, lie, like that kind of thing.
Rape kit.
Rope.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
No, just a straight up murder kit. You don't have to take it to that far. Well, you can if you want to.
No, murder. Murder's cool. Let's draw the line of murder. We can all agree that's our comfort zone.
There's a hierarchy.
Maybe if there's some bear fat in there, then yeah, okay. The insinuation is clear. Mm-hmm.
Okay. No. Anyways.
Oh, we should have a prize for the person who buys the weirdest shit with our code. It's a contest, like everything else.
Okay. Why don't we talk? So yeah, why don't we talk about that all?
The winner gets a Patreon account. Is that a thing we can do? Can we just no? That's not a thing we can do. We can't just decide. No.
Just mail them something random.
Yeah, the winner gets to spray gallon with bear.
Okay, I'll go through Kelly's house. I'll choose one item and I will mail it to the winner. How random is that?
Okay.
Yes.
Straight to the refrigerator. Here's a steak.
It was a good steak 2 weeks ago.
Let's ship it out to BC.
Yep.
Okay. Can we do some shout outs, please? Trevor, do you got any?
Yeah, to Greg. He was a virgin once too.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to tell which Greg or just leave it at Greg?
That's good.
You know what?
I suppose we were all virgins.
I was just going to say.
You probably
Gregs.
still are.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, because he was listening to the show where I talked about the virgin T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And then he sent me some RC porn pictures. He goes, "Look, I was a virgin once too." It's a badass car too.
Okay.
Sure,
Can I
get them
blow
all
up
the
things?
chicks.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about live feedback. I got a Patreon here who's saying that she never got her swag.
Oh, Adriel.
That's my fault.
That's all right. Adriel's bad.
Hey,
why am I eating shit for your mistake?
Tell her to Facebook message me and I'll do the thing.
I'm pretty sure she just heard that.
Okay, and if I know who it is, are you friends with them? Can you message them if you're?
They can Facebook message me.
Yeah.
Then I'll mail the thing.
Yeah, but you have to look and see if there's.
I'm so tired of carrying your weight, Adriel. Could you please contribute once in a while?
Oh my God.
Try. I don't know. I'm so lazy.
The show would die tomorrow if Adriel got hit by a bus. They'd be like, "There's no more Slime Fire. It doesn't exist. Was never a thing." It would literally go off the internet like it was never there.
Yep. True story. Anyways, Adriel, what about you? What do you got for shout out?
Yeah, that lady I didn't send that slag to. Sorry. Just message me and I'll send it to you.
Great.
I shout you out.
There you go.
Great job giving us feedback on how we suck. Now we can fix it.
Yep.
That's it.
William, I know I mailed you your stuff, so send me your address and I'll mail it again.
Okay. So, he's sending you stuff now too?
I know I sent him stuff, but I'll send it again.
Okay, cool. I'm going to give a shout out. I'm going to give a shout out to Tim Crosno. The reason why is because it's been 4 years on this day that I was sitting in his kitchen eating white chili, notice my background, everybody. It's the Alamo. He lives in San Antonio, Texas. So I just want, and we're down there for Project Appleseed, and it was on that trip that Kevin and Rick and I stayed up for 32 hours driving straight. Saw all kinds of weird things driving in the middle of the
I
night.
bet you did after being away for 32 hours.
We tried to get into Fort Knox at 5 o'clock in the morning. No word of a lie. And we drove up to the gate and we said, can we go and see it? The guy said, sure. And then he says, let's see your ID. And we said, we don't have any. We give him our passports. And he goes, no, you guys have to leave because it's actually military base as well.
We want to see your gold. Where's the gold?
Show us your gold.
Anyways. Yeah, no, they wouldn't let us in. And we stopped at the Grand Ole Opry at 2 o'clock.
3 assholes with Canadian passports get arrested at Fort Knox.
Exactly. At 2 o'clock in the morning, taking pictures at the Grand Ole Opry. Anyways, that being said, we were in San Antonio, Texas 4 years on this day, and this is where Project Maple Seed came to life. So just wanted to say thank you to Kristen and Tim for the hospitality. It was the cold, by the way, it was the coldest days ever in San Antonio when the Canadians came down. We had to wear like...
What was it, like 15?
No, it was like almost snowing. It was
70?
like 5 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really,
right.
really cold. Like they were going, holy
No
crap.
Canuck has been allowed back since.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my shout out. I think. That's it. Okay. Anything else, guys, before we sign off? No. Go check us out on Gunners of Canada. Give us a like on Facebook. Join the CCFR. Contribute to their challenge because they really, really need the money because right now we're going to go do the whole injunction and then we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the Charter Challenge. So go and send them some money. Reach out to your provincial meat in LA. I haven't had dinner yet. Might have chicken. Okay.
So easy.
It's not Thursday. What are you doing? This is insanity.
I eat chicken every day. Okay. Reach out. Reach out to your provincial legislature, whatever. And
Maybe just hit the red button.
See you next week, guys.
Yeah, just fucking hang up on it. Can't.